Hi guys, so welcome to our data analysis with Python playlists. In this playlist, we do everything data analysis. We're just starting from scratch to check out just about anything we can do with data analysis. So this is entirely different from the data analysis, the use case playlist. So this is different. Here, we're just going to play around and do some data analysis. Just for context, we already have a data affairs data frame. So I'll just check out the first 5 rows. So that's what this is. First 5 rows. So yes, this is what we have, right? You can see that they have column headers with their column names, and you have rows, right? So this is called the data frame. Now, so what is NumPy? So that's the first thing we want to do. What is NumPy? So basically, NumPy is a tool, right? It is a tool. You can also call it a model, right? It is used for managing or dealing with numbers and data in Python. So here you say dealing with numbers and data in Python. It is used for it can do a lot of things. It can perform a whole lot of mathematical operations, arithmetic operations seamlessly, and it has like advantages. So I would say, why is NumPy cool, right? So NumPy is cool for many reasons. Yeah, it is cool for many reasons. One, it is fast. So NumPy is fast, right? It is faster than regular Python lists. And so here you see us mentioning lists. Why? Because with NumPy, we deal with arrays, right? So arrays are like lists, but they are really, really different, right? So we're going to talk about that as we proceed. One really cool thing about NumPy is that you get to write less code, which is cool. So you do complex calculations with less code. And of course, it has built-in functions. It has built-in functions, right? You can use a lot of built-in functions. So that's cool about Python. And then you see what we have here? We have quantiles, because I want to talk about quantiles, and that's why I introduced NumPy, right? Quantiles are points in a data distribution, right? So again, we'll talk about quantiles. So quantiles. So they're like points in a data distribution. And so they're like the 25%, 50%, 75%. See those 3 parts? There's the mean and the max. There's the minimum and the maximum values, but then you want to know the distribution of the first 25%, 50%, which is also our median, right? We'll talk about that in the statistics playlist, so keep an eye on that area. So, but points in a data distribution, right? Points in a data distribution, really simple way to look at it. So what you have to look at it like it divides data into into 3 parts, of course. So here's the cool thing: it divides into 3 parts, and so that's the 25%, 50%, and 75%. However, there's always going to be that first guy that is here, and there's always that last guy that is here. So it's always, but there's this 3 important guys here. Now, why did I introduce this? Right. Now, I am looking at this age. Look at this age. So let's pull out a series, and then we look at the age. So we have data affairs, then we have age. Oops. Now, if we look at the first 5 rows of the series is just one dimensional. You can see them. Now, I've been looking at this data and I'm thinking, how about I break down this age into, into different parts, right? Into different parts. So the quartiles say like 4 parts basically. But we're going to see how that looks, right? So so what we're going to do is we are going to say that we want to create age class. That's what we're going to call it, age class. So now what we're doing is we will create an age class. Right now, let me just put more stuff. Yes, beautiful. So we're going to create an age class, right? First thing we're going to do is we're going to call data affairs. Then we'll use an open bracket here and we'll create, let's say age, and we'll call this age class, right? That's going to be our new feature inside. Inside, we're going to call this first part age class 1, or we'll probably say, yeah, we'll call it age underscore class 1. So the first part, we're going to say age underscore class 1. So we're going to look at all the age values we have, and we're going to break them into classes, right? We're going to see how it looks at the end. So this is the first one. So this is basically going to start out with like that first value that is here, and there's going to be that last value that is here. So now the first thing we'll probably want to do before we get there is we want to look at what the quantiles for age looks like. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to use our quantiles through a NumPy. So I'm going to import. Again, just like pandas, NumPy allows for it to be introduced using an import function, an import statement. So I'm going to like NumPy, and I'm going to give it an alias as np. So this is right. This is importing NumPy. We're bringing it into our namespace, so we have it. Next, we want to create that the quartiles we're looking at, so that we'll see what the age distribution looks like. So I'm going to say np dot, look at that quantile. See that it's there. Then I'm going to open bracket and I'm going to say data affair, and I want to look at age, right? I want to look at age, and I want to break it down into 0.25, 0.50, comma, and 0.75. So those are the 3 areas. And when I run this, it's going to tell me the first quartile, the first 25% is 27 years old, 50% of the data has, that's the median, is 32 years old, and we have 37. See those 3 areas? So those, we'll break them into different. We're going to look at the minimum side of it, of the data, and we're going to look at the maximum, then we're going to look at these 3 parts, and we're going to create a class. Data analysis. So in a situation like this, we're probably going to have classes, and we're going to understand this marital affairs data, what's up with classes, and what are the things that lie in those classes. So now let's start with the main one. We start with this. Next, we will say, we're going to say data affairs, right? Then we're going to use, it locates, the location. It could be based on, whenever you see stuff like this, it's basically looking at location. There's the index location, and there's the location where we basically look at rows, so to speak. Noun, well, I'm going to put a square bracket, and I'm going to put it this. So just pay attention. We have data affairs 1, right? And we have age. And here we're going to say anything greater than 27, right? Anything greater than 27. And we're going to use, see this? It's an and. Remember, if we looked over at our, when we're looking at operators, you see this is over there, the and operator. And then here we introduce again data affairs. And what we have here is age. Look at that. Then now we want to say less than, we want to do less than 32, right? Because that's, we're just taking what is, you know, greater than 27, less than 32. That's what's going to be here. Then we say 32. So let's just put a dot here because that's okay, but it's okay. Then we have this. This is 1. Next, we are going to, and for this we are going to give it a name. We're going to say comma. Let's put this in here, and we're going to call this age class. Age. That's what we call this. Yes, that's the name we're giving it. So we're going to call it age class, and we're going to cover here. And we are going to say whatever is in age class is going to be equal to age underscore class, but this time around it's 2. So this is age class 2. Next, we're going to do the same thing, but this time around I'm going to copy everything here. Makes it easy, right? So I'm going to copy everything here and I'm going to put it here. Here we are going to have greater than 32, and we're going to have less than 37. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have taken that. Less than 37. So you see, in between these two again, right? And we're going to call that age class 3. The final part of what is that? The final part? So we have age class 3. Then we have, yes, we might just have like a final part of it. So then the last part of it is what I'm going to introduce here. I'm going to do this again, but this time around, because we have we've exhausted all these guys, we're just going to say greater than 37. So we just I'll make this 4, then I'll bring this here because it's just going to be yeah, we're going to look at this. I'm going to put a comma, right? So here we're basically going to open up this, and then we'll put a comma here. So this is going to be greater than 37. So you can see all we did here: greater than 27, greater than 32, greater than 37. Here, less than 32, less than 37. Then the final one is greater than 37. So which is going to be what is at all here. Right, and so we have age class 4. Why are we having that? This guy feels like something is incorrect. Should we check? So we start from here, then we are do we have to? We did not have to put this here because we didn't have to put that there because we did not need to do a comparison. No, so that was not necessary, right? So now we have this, right, greater than. Now we don't have different classes. Fingers crossed, no error. Yes, no error. So what we're going to do is we're going to check our data affairs, and we're going to look at the first 5 rows, and we go back here and we look at our data just to see, oh, there was nothing here. And now here we put this, and you see we have age classes. Age class 1 is going to be anything less than 27. See that? So let's see. Oh, look at that. Did we get this right? So we have age class 1. Age class 4 is 57. So no, not 27. Right? We have, yes, age class 1 is 37. I don't know why that is. This is supposed to be it. Except something was wrong. So we said, yeah, Yes, greater than 27, right? Less than 32. Cool. And here we have greater than 32, less than 37, and here we have greater than 37. So this is supposed to be age class 4. I am surprised why we are having it as age class. But whatever you see here, what it is that we have, yeah, because this is age class 4. Why is this? This is age class 1. What did age class 1 do? Yeah, because age class 1 isn't supposed to be anything. But again, so what we have here is supposed to be greater than, so anything from 28 upwards, and less than 32, greater than 32, and all that. So again, we have this. But just to let you know that what we have done, we have a new age class here, right? And that's basically that. So you see this kind of meets the standard we thought it is. We can also just check like the first 20 rows, right? Look at that. So, you can see all that happening here. This is, right? You can see all that happening here. Look at that. So I'm guessing like the first guys are going to be all part of the first rows. I guess that's what it is. But I'm still crossed at why we have this going on here. Why is that? Right? Age 37 and is all this, and this is 57, and this is this. So we're going to find that out, but I mean, this is how we have created this. So just take time out, look at it, and then maybe I wonder why this is the case, right? But the whole idea is that we try to create the first quantile, which is over here, and we give it that age. And that's what we are supposed to have. So that's supposed to be our first guy. Then we now start off with, picking out everything, and then picking out locations, and then looking at the locations to see, does this even make any sense for us to work with this? Yes, it does. And then we create all this as we proceed. So you see this, then eventually we create all this, and then we have our second class. So you see our second class over here, and then you can look over here, we create another class and another class. So yeah, that's literally what we have, and we have created classes. So take time out and watch this video, right? When you do that, then you're going to have a sense of what it is to, use NumPy and at the same time create additional rows. We'll figure out what's wrong with it later on. Just making this video live, so I mean, we could learn from that. If there's a mistake, comment section, let me know if I did anything wrong, so we're in this together. All right, so let's like, subscribe, share,